Hi guys, welcome to Code Decode. So today I'll be covering the theory of OOPS concepts. So as I've already told you that Java is an object-oriented language. So what do you really mean by that? What do you really mean by object-oriented principle and programming languages? It means that everything in Java actually revolves around an object or the real world entity. As I've already shown you in the previous video, dog was an object, and everything what you see in the real world can actually be converted into an object in Java. So to become an object oriented programming language, these languages have to follow some concepts. So today I'll be covering one of those concepts. So let's first discuss how many types of object oriented concepts we have. The first one is an object, the second one is class, the third one is inheritance, the fourth is polymorphism, fifth is abstraction, and sixth is encapsulation. So these are some very basic concepts which are used to become an object as object-oriented programming language. There are few others, for example, coupling, cohesion, association, aggregation, and composition. So I'll be covering all of these heavy words in the later videos. Today I'll be focusing on inheritance mostly, and I'll cover the type of inheritance and theory part of inheritance. In the next video I'll show you the practical implementation of the same. So let's get started. I've already told you what are objects. Objects are nothing but the entity which has state and behaviors. So state is it's white and brown, its name is Tommy, it's basically the breed is pug. The behavior is that it wags its tail, it barks, it eats. Similarly, the another concept which I have told you is class. Class is nothing but a logical entity. I have already discussed this in the previous lectures, but still as a summary part I'll tell you that it's nothing but a blueprint of an individual object being converted as an object, and it basically does not consume any space. The real space which is being consumed in the memory is for the object. The third concept and very important concept is inheritance. So the next question arises is what actually inheritance is. So if I have an animal class which has two eyes, has four legs, and I have a dog class which has two eyes again, four legs, and it barks, and I have a class which is cat. Cat is again two eyes, four legs, and it meows. So looking at this, what do you really think? What this concept is all about? This concept is actually a mechanism in which one object like dog acquires all the properties and behavior of a parent object which is animal. So these two things, two eyes and four legs, are being inherited from animal. So when I'll show you the practical implementation, I will show you that this dog class does not need to have the method of two eyes or four legs. It is actually inherited with the animal itself when you inherit or use an extends keyword. So why do you actually need this inheritance? We actually have the flexibility to reuse the methods and fields of a parent class, but apart from that you can actually have the new method and variables also. So that is why inheritance is very important, because it reduces your code and it increases your code reusability. So this is called as is-a relationship. So why is it called a is-a relationship? Because dog is an animal, cat is an animal. That is why this inheritance is actually known as is a relationship between child and parent. We have few terminologies used. I'll use those terminologies in the whole video so you understand it the first place here itself. This animal is a class. I've told you what class is. It is just a blueprint. Then I'll use this terminology called as subclass or a child class. So child class or subclass is nothing but a class which inherits or extends the parent class. Then I'll use superclass or the parent class. So superclass or parent class is nothing but a class from which the subclass inherits the property. Say for example, two eyes and four legs are inherited from animal. So this is parent and this is child. The fourth term I will be using is reusability. I have already told you that making these reusable, because this is already present in the parent class. So this is called as reusability. And the fifth I will be using in as extends keyword. Extends is nothing but a keyword which indicates that a class is derived from an existing class. So I hope this much is clear. Now I'll start with type of inheritances. Now type of inheritances involves the single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance and hybrid type of inheritance. So let's cover one by one in each of the slides next. Let's first cover single inheritance. So in single inheritance, it refers to a child and parent relationship where one class extends the another class, and it involves only two classes where one is parent and another is child. So I'll give you an example. For example, animal and dog. So animal is a parent class and dog inherits from the animal class. So what does that inherit? It inherits the methods called as 2 eyes and 4 legs. So this is an example of single inheritance where there is only one parent and one subclass. Now next type is multi-level inheritance. So what happens in multi-level inheritance is we have one parent and multiple children. It refers to a child-parent relationship where superclass extends the child classes. For example, child 2 extends from child 1 and child 1 extends from a parent. So what happens here is child 1 behaves as a subclass for this superclass and behaves as a superclass for this subclass. So child 1 is nothing but a dynamic way in which we can actually extend from one class and actually get extended from another class. And we have many more in this hierarchy. So I'll give you an example of this for clarity. For example, a parent is animal, and we have already seen that dog is the child of this animal. And the third child can be Labrador, which has some special characteristics. So animal has 2 eyes and 4 legs. Dog can have 2 eyes, 4 legs, and it barks, which is a particular special functionality of animal, that it barks. The third child, that is Labrador, has 2 eyes, 4 legs, it barks, but one more special characteristic, that is it has an athletic capability. It can be used by military people. So this has something which is, so you don't have to actually extend the parent class because it is actually extended by child 1. So it will automatically have 2 eyes and 4 legs. And it automatically barks also because it extends the child 1 which barks. But it has to have its own new property of athletic capability. So these 3 features are extended, which you don't have to define in your class, but it is actually being extended already. This is code reusability. You have to just define one special capability, which is athletic capability. I'll show you in a programmatical way. Understand what it basically means here first. The next is hierarchical inheritance. So what does that mean? It means that it refers to a child and parent relationship where more than one class extends the same class. So I have child 1, child 2 and child 3 subclasses of a superclass parent. So for example, I'll give you an example. I have animal. So I can have 3 childs, dog, fish and frog. So all of these have some common functionality which is being implemented from parent, which is it has 2 eyes. So dog also have 2 eyes, fish also have 2 eyes, frog also have 2 eyes, which is a common functionality inherited from a parent, that is animal. So this is hierarchical, that is you have multiple child extending same functionality from a parent. The next is hybrid, which is nothing but a combination of 2 or more types of inheritances in Java. For example, this is single inheritance type, I have told you, animal and dog, and this is nothing but hierarchical inheritance where you have like the hierarchy being created, and this is the hybrid one, which is the combination of both. Say for example, animal, dog, Labrador and fish. So dog and Labrador have a type of inheritance, and animal, dog and fish have a type of inheritance. So this is hybrid, mix of both. The next is multiple inheritance. So in multiple inheritance, it's like one class is extending more than one class. So I'll give you an example. This is one class, amphibians. This is another class, terrestrial animals and aquatic animals. So we all know that amphibians are nothing but the animals which can live both on land and on water and in water. Terrestrial animals are which can live only on land, aquatic animals which can live only in water. But amphibians are those animals which can live both on land and in water. So when one class is extending properties of two classes or more, then that becomes multiple inheritance, and this is very important from interview perspective because this is not being implemented in Java. Now I'll tell you why. Now terrestrial animals have a property to live on land, so they have lungs to breathe. The aquatic animals have animals who have gills to breathe and lives in water. What about amphibians? How will actually frog breathe is a complicated thing, right? I mean, if you can see in the technical terms, amphibians have lungs to breathe on land and they have gills kind of thing so that they can breathe in water also. So this is very complicated. They have actually modified themselves to have methods from both the animals, the terrestrial animals and aquatic animals. But in Java, to remove such complexity, the people in Java have actually removed the allow or didn't allow having multiple inheritance in Java. So as you can see from here, multiple inheritance is not allowed in Java. And now I'll show each and every type of inheritance in a practical view. So stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.